Welcome back to part 3 and the final episode. We ended up on the adding a delay here on our sequence 2, and we're going to finish that up. So once we have added a delay to know when the animation is over, we're going to play that same animation. However, we're going to play it in reverse. You could also drag out the reverse node. But I'm going to do reverse like so. And we want to get the delay once more. And let us just move this down so that we can see what we're doing. Once this delay is done, so the reverse is also done, then we want to get our reward horizontal box. We want to set that visibility. We set that visibility to be not hit testable self only. And we want to do the same thing with the selection border. So plug both into that. Then we want to spawn actor from class. The actor is our create to open reference. And we don't care where it spawns, so just split open this and leave it at 0. And now we need to go into our crate. So go over into your inventory system, into crates, into master crate. Master crate is, first of all, we're gonna finish some things, and the first thing master crate is gonna need is a reference to the reward interface. So let's add that variable, call it reward interface ref. That's going to be WBP underscore reward interface, and that's going to be exposed and editable. We're also going to right click anywhere we want and do a custom event. This is going to be our spin event. And now before we forget, we can go back to our reward interface, refresh this. The reward interface node is our self. Create to open is our create to open, and out of the return we want to call our spin event. Go back to your master crate. We want to add a new float here, which is going to be where to end. Change it to a float and drag it out and set it on our spin event. We want to right click anywhere we want, random float in range. There we go. Plug the return node into the set node. And these numbers are working for me, but this is why we also have the index as visible, because we are going to use this to determine where the reward is. The minimum I'm going to put is negative 4048 and negative 4144. Then I'm going to add timeline. I'm going to call it my spin timeline. Now you can go into your components here and drag out your spin timeline, and I'm going to do set play rate so that we can control how fast it's going to go. We need to drag out from this float node and divide it, and then you can drag out this and promote that to a variable. This is going to be my timeline play rate. Compile that so you get access to it. This is going to be 3 seconds for me, so it's going to take 3 seconds to get through it, and I'm going to do 1 divided by. I do 1 because this flow track is going to be 1 second long. So if I do 1 second divided by how long I want it to be, then it's going to give me the correct time. Open up a spin timeline, change the length to 1, add a float track. I'm going to call it my spin float. I'm going to right click, add a curve, add a key, set that to 0, 0. Right click, add a key, set that to 1, 1. Scroll out, select both of these. Select both of these, and let's set it to auto. So it's going to start slow, do fast, do slow. Head back to your event graph. When this is updating, we want to get our reward interface ref. We want to get the reward horizontal box. We want to do slot as canvas, and we want to set that position on the update. Split this pin, and on our spin float, you can now type in a lerp. Hold control to drag the node over like so. Plug the return into the X, and we want to make we want to drag out our where to end float that we set up here in the start, and we'll plug it into the B. Let's head into our reward interface for a second and find empty space, right click, custom event, give reward event. I'm going to do a comment here, and I'm going to say give the item to inventory here. This is where you would add your add item function from our inventory system. We're going to get the actual contents to add. I'm going to get a copy at 39, which you're going to get in a minute. It's the indexes we were talking about before. And you want to get your reward image. So is the reward image here, but not variable. There we go. I can get my reward image. I can set brush from texture. Like so. I can get the defaults and I can split that structure pin. I can plug the icon into the texture. Now we can get our, go into the designer again, and now we're gonna make a new animation. So go into your animations, create a new animation. This is my reward image animation. Add a track to reward image and add a render opacity. I'm gonna do this at, let's do 3 seconds on this one as well. And after 3 seconds, set it to 1. Head into your graph, drag out your reward image animation, play animation. Get the end time, add a delay. You can hold D to add a delay. And now let's add a new function here. I'm going to call this my reset interface function. Reset interface is going to basically, well, reset everything and make it ready for the next entry. So we're going to get our reward horizontal box. We want to clear the children, start fresh. We want to get our cached contents to add. We want to clear that. We want to get our actual contents to add, clear that. We're going to get our reward horizontal box, set brush, set visibility to be hidden, and also the selection border, set it to be hidden, and then we can return, not retrig, return. Now you can go back into your master crate, into your event graph. After this delay, we want to reset the interface. We want to get our reward image animation, and we want to play it in reverse. Now we can go to our master crate. Out of our finished, well, we want to get our reward interface ref. We want to give reward event. And we don't need this actor anymore, so we can just destroy it. Let's head into our crate entry and our on click button. Let's get our, well, we need a HUD ref here, don't we? So let's get our HUD ref, add a HUD ref variable, type WBP HUD, make it editable and exposed on spawn. And we also need to then go into our content folder interface HUD, make sure that these are variables so that we can access them. Head into graph, remove everything except for construct, get your basic crate, set HUD ref to be ourselves. Same with the advanced crate, like so. Now we can go into our crate entry here. You can get our HUD ref, get your reward interface. I don't know why that is not there. It's probably because that is not set to be, because it's not even here. So in your HUD, add your reward interface. This is going to be size to content, but I'm going to change the size to 1920 by 1080, so it's not going to be size to content. I lied to you. When I play, everything's just normal. Make it variable and head into your crate details, as I said before. Search for your reward interface out of your HUD node, and let's reset that interface on click as well. Then we can get it again and generate reward. The reward is the crate ref. Well, the crate to open is the crate ref. And then we can get ourselves and just remove from parent. Like so. So if I play, I can click on lock. It's gonna start our animation, open. Once that is done, it's gonna populate everything as it should. It populated it like so. It's gonna play the reward and it is gone. Let's do it on this one as well. So it hits 39 for me. That is where it hits, and that is why I have 39 in my index number. If you see over here, actual content stat is 39. That is why we have our selection border. That is selection border is gonna. Okay, so on our spin event, where is that? Spin event is on master crate. So our spin event, I have a random float between negative 40, 48 and 41, 44. That is always gonna, in my tests, leave 39, index 39 as the one that's being picked. 39 is always gonna be random, so it doesn't really matter, but this is how I figured out that I would know all the time what is picked without having to handle ghost clicks or anything like that. And there's probably a bunch of other ways to do this, but this is the way I figured out that I do it. So once you have figured out the number that's always going to be picked for you, then you can remove the index number and you don't have to show that anymore. So this time we got a knife, well, a sword. On 39, it's probably going to be, like, the odds for it to be a sword right now is quite high regardless. What I can do to test is open up my basic crate and we can add some more elements here. So I can add the AK with a 5% chance, and then we can add a rifle with 5% chance, and yeah, that should be it. So now we should have AKs and rifles as well in the basic chest, as you can see here. The items on the details panel do not shuffle, like they do not sort themselves by quality, so you're going to want to move them manually in order to do that. I did not find it any hassle to do so, so I did not bother to actually check it. But I would just go like this, and not to check, but to change. So I would just go like this to make sure that they are in the correct order. So if I now unlock it, it should have the possibility of AKs and rifles and stuff as well. And we have some rifles showing up. No AKs on that, but we had some M4s at least. There we go, some AKs as well. Always gonna pick 39 for me. And yeah, that brings me to the end of this little 3-part series. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave me a like, leave a like as well. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, do so. If you want to help me out on Patreon, I also have that, and everything is greatly appreciated. If you have any complaints or anything, let me know as well, and hopefully I managed to go a bit slower this time. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.